Hello. Hello again. In this video, we will learn how to use data tables. In this sheet, we can see the calculation of the amount of money a company will owe if it borrows $1,000 today and repays it in 5 years. Let's assume that the company reimburses its debts and interests with a single payment at the end of the loan's term. Here is the interest rate the company has to pay in order to borrow the money. Let's hypothesize that it is fixed at 10% and will not change. The calculation we have in this cell here indicates that the company will have to repay $1,611 in 5 years. The parameters above are the necessary inputs for the calculation. Wouldn't it be nice if we were able to see how the amount which has to be repaid varies if one or two of the inputs were different? For example, what if the interest rate was 9 or 8%? Or how much money would the company have to pay if it had borrowed the money for 4 years? Excel allows us to do that through the use of data tables. Let's type a bunch of possible values for the interest rate on one row. I'll go with 10, 11, 12, and 13%. Okay, now let's type some values about the number of periods for which the company takes the money. Let's say 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. We left the intersection of the two sets of numbers empty, as there we will put a reference to the formula calculating the amount to be repaid. It is in C8. I just need to type equal and then select the cell C8. After we have done this, we need to select the cells in the following way to go to the menu bar. Select Data, choose the What If Analysis button, and pick Data Tables. The two parameters in the dialog box are Row Input and Column Input. They are the parameters which we typed within our selection. The Row Input parameter is the one which forms a row in the table. The Column Input is the one which forms a column in the table. So, for the Row Input, we shall choose C4, the interest rate. Note that this parameter is included in the calculation of the amount to be repaid. For the column input, we shall choose C6, the time parameter. It is another cell that is considered within the amount to be repaid calculation. Let's click OK after we select the original variables for the row and column values of our data table. The result which we obtain is a nice table with many values. These values show how changing the two parameters of our formula will affect the result, which in our case is the amount to be repaid. The original parameters are a 10% interest rate and a repayment in 5 years. We can see that the value in the table is the same as the one in our formula. The table contains many values. Each of these values shows the amount that needs to be repaid for a given combination of interest rate and borrowing period. For example, if the interest rate was 11% and the company had to repay its debt in 3 years, it would have owed $1,368. Data tables are quite useful when dealing with uncertainty. They are a preferred tool for many high-level decision makers. The valuation model that we will see in this course includes a practical example regarding the application of data tables. Thank you for watching.